I thought it was more days to before I leaving for Israel, but I got a message from the airplane business in Finland, and they say it was 1 week left. So I have to be careful now, so I don't miss the airplane. But I should get a message from the taxi that it will come next morning. So I have a whole night there to know. So it's only 1 week. It's very close now. And what I am worried about is the taxi to come in the morning, but I also have ordered the taxi very early, so I think I should have 3 hours on the airport, but everything can happen, so it's good to have much time on the airport, and they are going to check me in, and I have assistants, so they are coming and take me in a wheelchair and drive me to all the check-in, and then they take me to a room for those that wait for the assist to come and get us to the airplane. I have done that before. The first time I did it, it was when I fall on the bus and broke one leg, and I should fly to Africa, and I have already paid for it, and so I couldn't stay home. I have to take the flight, and then I found out there is assistance to get, so I got that, even if I could walk later on, but I got it in to Kenya, and then after that I always have taken that because I have not been in good condition. Even if I could walk, I have been too slow to walk the whole distance to the airplane, because it's some kind of strange that my airplane is always the longest way to go, and sometimes is it the bus to take to the airplane. So after Africa I start to get assistance, and now I really need assistance, but I'm going to walk on the airport anyway when I wait for them, because I need to have something to eat. I don't bring with me something to eat because buy food on the airport make some of the waiting time to go away. So I try to do that very slowly, and I have already taken in my check in my suitcase. So I only have the little cabin bag to carry, and so I don't know, it can have changed this with the service on the airport since I was there the last time. So I thank you for supporting me and that it doesn't only means that I can get a little better, that I can take a taxi in Jerusalem to where God wants me to go. And I'm not tourist in Israel. I am there because heaven wants me to come to Israel again for the fourth time. And I have to wait for them to tell me what I am going to do in Israel. I am not a tourist. I am not going with all those people showing, like I have said, that many of these places is fake for people, tourists, to buy this tours that is to get in Israel, and they have built up something that is not for real. But some places are real, but many things are fake. So I don't go on that anymore. I was only on a tour the first time I was in Israel because I didn't know if I could speak English in Israel, if I needed to know Hebrew to be there. But it was not so. They speak very good English in Israel, so there is no problems. The problems is the signs, the bus, to take the bus and the train, that it says in Russia and Hebrew, not English. So it's hard to find a way to the bus and the train, what train to take, for example. But I'm not going to, I can't take the bus and not the train because it's going so too fast for me. I have hard to walk up on the train, even if it's very low. Is it still a stair to take, down and up? And I can't take one step up or down. So it is either is it taxi or I have to walk in Jerusalem, and no one have coming. No one have say that they will help me in Jerusalem, and no one in Jerusalem or listen at this podcast. So they don't want to know me because they want to earn much money on this group, big groups of people. And I understand that because it's not like here in Sweden that we get money even if we don't work. So we get money from the government, but in Israel they have to work to survive, to could rent an apartment and eat and all the things. So I understand that, but it can't be like it's so dramatic that they want money in everything they do. That is the devil that have caused them to do these things, because it need to be some time when they can do something for another person without to get paid. And I understand it as a human, but if they believe in God and doing things for God, then they should do things that is not to get money from, that they help people because of their heart. So you understand the difference that I see it. It's not only to hunt for money. The life is not about that. God is not money. And if you really do what God wants you to do, He give you money. He has given me money. So why should He not could give you money? Now I am not talking about you that send me money. That I'm very thankful for that you do. But there is money have coming in that there is no name for, or where it's coming from. The special money I got, it was when I told a man on Facebook that he was playing in a lottery, but I say that I should travel and live in Israel if I got the money from the lottery. I say to him, and immediately, 5 minutes later, I had money on my bank account from Nazareth, it says, and it was no real name on it. It only say it come from Nazareth. So maybe if someone have sent me those money, that person means that Jesus was sending money. But it is, of course, people's heart that's sending money. And the fear for God. Not only, I understand that it's not only, I have to talk a little fast here. It's hard to talk fast when English is not my first language. I speak Swedish. So, but there is a spirit that want to come through. So he's soon here. I feel he's coming, and so it's hard. I forgot what I should say to you, but it was I got not a knowledge, but something to think about this, that I have been on my own for so long time, was it? And it can be with not with God to do. It's about those that is in heaven, my ancestors, that make me not have hard to find a man in my life. In year 2010 was I with a man for 1 year. Almost exactly 1 year we were together, and but he didn't believe in God, and he was only with me to be with me to have sex. And first I wanted, because it was a long time since I had a man in my life, and he looked okay. He was slim and well built and everything, but he was not the smart guy, and he didn't believe in God. So when I maybe have told you this, but one morning we were sitting and eat breakfast. A voice, very clearly voice, say to me, are you going to be sad, or are you going to cry if he will not be with you anymore? That was a voice say that very clearly to me. And I say to my boyfriend, did you hear that voice? Because it was so loudly, so I was thinking that he maybe heard it also. No, what did the voice told you? And I say that to him. And he laughed because he didn't believe in God. So he thought I was the one that was thinking like that and told him. So, but then later that day, he make strange things. And we break up already after. Maybe it was 8 o'clock in the morning. We sit and eat breakfast. And then about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we break up. And it was gone, our relationship. So that can make this, that one that was talking to me, it, I think, I don't remember it very well, but I think it was a woman's voice that asked me if I should be sad. So that I think they wanted to hear from me if it was okay to let him go. And I did let him go because I say that I don't want to have sex anymore. It's a stop for me. I feel it's a stop. I don't feel anymore to have sex with you. I say to him, he didn't. He was not into marry me. It was wrong to do it, but in some way I got a rest 1 year from to be by myself, and I needed that 1 year rest. And he left and be angry, you and your God, he say, and then he left, and I was okay. But he come back and did the angry thing on me. But after a while he understood it. I never go back to him again. So 2010 I had a man for 1 year. So it is not 22 years since I had a man in my life. It's 12 years. And it started to be this way again, that it's I can't live alone, and especially when I'm growing old. And who should take care of me? No one take care of me. And of course he can be sick and needed me more than I need him. But at least we are together in these situations. I don't have anyone that looking after me and want to hear. My daughter start to call me on the chat more now, because that woman that her father is together with, that lived together with him, she don't want him to be so much into his daughter. So my daughter don't get the money anymore that she had before. Now this woman tell him to not give my daughter any money. So now am I okay to call? She start to understand that I have money if I want to do something here in Sweden, something here in my city, that I have money for. But I can't go, I can't fly to Israel without any help, because that's money I don't have. And so I have said that sometimes in my podcast, that if God wants me to do something, he makes sure that I get those money to do it, what he tell me. And it's not that he have standing in front of me and say to me to go to Israel. It is what it is now when spirits are coming. And some do I see a little of, but many lately I don't see them. I only get the telepathy from them. I know they are around me, but I can't see them. And they sending me telepathy. So there is nothing here. It's only that I feel a presence coming through, and it is not anymore like it must be a person that I see for me to listen at them when they are talking. It doesn't matter anymore, because I know they exist. And if it's they showing me a body, if they want me to understand better what they want to say. But if there is nothing that needed to be showing to me for me to understand it, they don't do that anymore. So they only sending telepathy, and so many times we maybe say that God told us, or God wanted me to do these things, but more and more I come to understand that those in heaven also have a will, and they can do things. Even they have to go through God to do these things, but they can ask God and he say yes, tell her this or do these things, so she do it, and these things. It's they have much power in heaven to change our life, and so it says in the Bible about to deny the spirits or make fun of the spirits. It's very important to take it serious, what they are telling you in the spirit way. that you should not laugh about. I laugh sometimes when they are saying, but that's because they say fun things. Not that I laugh at them because I think it's stupid. I laugh because it's fun things they are saying. A little like it surprised me that they are saying what they are saying. So I'd be so happy when this morning I saw that this was someone have download 172 episodes, and that's from Ohio. So you understand it more. I have in many countries people that listen, but it's very few that download the whole podcast. And so that encouraged me when you do that. And so it I know because Richard that I was together with when I was homeless in United States in 2003, 4. His mother believed in spirit. She was in a spirit church, and I have been a member of a spirit church in England, and I did it 1 year, but it was a little something that was negative there, so I didn't want to be there because they didn't understood that I get real contact with heaven. It's these psychic people that do this, telling people about their loved ones in heaven. They are talking. They are not talking from heaven. They are talking from the spirit. It's a little different, but it's hard to understand the difference, because sometimes it's they're coming through and talk to you, personal to you, but it's very seldom they do that. It's things from heaven told, and that is not the same thing as those television programs, because that's when they talking from heaven of a person that have died, and then they talk to their children or ancestors, or they don't talk to anyone more than they don't like people to be in their house because they think they still are in the house, and those things. And it can be very evil people that coming through also and talking to them. And this is not what's going on in this podcast. This is from heaven, and 95% is talking from heaven to those people that hear it and know it's me they are talking to. It's not only one person they talking to. They talking. Many of these messages talking to many people in once. It's It's depend on how they are talking, and you know the difference you that download the whole podcast, and you know that the podcast it's maybe doesn't exist anymore because I maybe not I know maybe not paying for the podcast to be there. I will see what's happened in Jerusalem, and when I'm coming back. I don't give up the podcast and websites and these things, but the money I have now is for Jerusalem, so I can't pay the bills that that is for my podcast and my websites and those things that is for you to hear. So you need to download episodes to listen at it later on or whenever you feel that you need to have this contact. And because it can suddenly be stopped because first I pay the bills for the hotel and for food and to travel and many things that is coming, that is bills, and I pay that first before I pay. Do I have money left over when I am coming back to Sweden? Then I pay, of course, the bills. But if I stay in Israel, I maybe have no money for to pay the bills, and I have to give it up, or everything, and do it in another way. What God wants me to do, what heaven wants me to do instead of a podcast. I don't know what they are going to do. I have no clue. I only know that I have to go to travel to Jerusalem and be in a hotel and then touch the Golden Gate. Then I don't know more. They have to tell me what I should do when I'm coming there. I have no clue. It's really true. I don't lie about it. I only know that I have to lay there in the hotel, and then I try to take contact with them and ask what they want me to do in Israel, because it's 1 month, and those at the hospital have not say anything to me. So I think it will not be anything with doctor to do. But I'm going to, I told you that I'm going to Shabbat meeting places, and if God wanted, I will meet a rabbi that will help me to get these hospital things. But I have met the rabbi before. I have told you in Tel Aviv I met the highest rabbi in Israel, and he sit with me and we were praying together, but he didn't help me. And it happened maybe 1 year later that he had to go. They kick him out from the synagogue to be, I don't know where he is today, but he had to leave Tel Aviv. and leave the synagogue, leave the rabbi title. I don't know if it was because he didn't help me. I sit at his side, and it was only he and me, and he was talking to me. But he, like all these men that I talking to, and they ask me why am I by myself in Israel? Why are you here? Coming from Sweden, why are you here? And then I tell them that God have told me to go, to take the flight to Israel. And they laugh at me. They don't believe me. So if God make someone coming close to me, a rabbi coming to me, I have to be prepared that he will laugh at me, that he doesn't help me. And no woman help me either. But I need to go there because I feel that I should go to that place. And then in the daytimes I go around in churches and try to get contact with those leaders in those religious places in Jerusalem. So that what I have to ask him he remind me that I have asked him to get the answer what will be in Jerusalem, if it's going to be the end of my life in Jerusalem, or if I'm going to meet someone in Jerusalem that want to be with me. And the word he's saying is marching on, he's saying. And that seems not good, because the marching on is hard military things going to happen. And they don't want to tell me what the future will bring. They don't want that. They take step by step with me. So there is nothing I can do, and it doesn't matter for me. Really, that it doesn't matter, because I know where I'm going. If I be killed, and I have asked them if I should be killed, it should go very quick, not laying in a bed and suffering. Let it go very quick, like it was when the car drive over me. I don't remember what happened. I only remember that I wake up in the water on the street, sitting, and have some pain in my arm, and not could walk up from the water on the street. And that I remember that I was laying under the car, and I remember the smell of the car under the car, and he drove away without wondering what happened with me. And it took 40 minutes for the ambulance to come, because I asked, where is the ambulance? And they say they have called, and I heard people talking. It took so long time to get the ambulance. So it's only a few memories. But when the car drive over me, that's gone. I don't remember that. And I hope it's be like that if I have to leave this planet when I am in Jerusalem. I don't know. It can happen that it's a UFO that is coming in Jerusalem. It have been UFO in Jerusalem before and over the city, but they take it away, the military or the police, and say it's nothing, it was a balloon or something, they say. So they don't want the newspaper to write so much about it. So they take it away, the talking about UFO. But I know the UFO is there. And like God is there, like heaven is there, UFO is also there. So it can happen that they are coming down in Jerusalem and want me to come with them. I have those visions. I have those visions about going up in a spaceship and be in a spaceship. So it's not, I've been not frightened or shocked at all if it will happen when I'm at the Golden Gate, that in the sky it's coming, UFO, and take me. It doesn't matter. I have seen all of these things. So that is, I don't know if he's want to say something. It's a very tall, slim person that is here. He's the color of this person is turquoise, light turquoise, and a little white and silver color on his dress and the whole him. I don't see his face. I only see that energy that he stand for what they have. Is it something you want to tell people before I close this episode? I say that we are ready for you. He's saying that to me. And he say to me that they have the control over everything. So I should not be worried, frightened. It will be okay, because it's in their interest that it will be okay, everything. So that's my relationship with them. If they want me to come to Jerusalem, I will come to Jerusalem. So thank you for letting me know that, and that you hold it that I will come to Jerusalem. So I'm not stressed of that it's 1 week left. I have been I have taken a flight on my own to Africa. I have been to United States, I have been to Portugal, I have been to Israel 4 times. And I have done many things, so why should I be worried this time? So thank you for listening, and God bless you, and we love you. All of us love you that follow this podcast and listen to what episode you want to listen at. Thank you.